FAANG. It's one of the most commonly known acronyms in investing. On YouTube, CNBC, or practically anywhere investing is discussed, you hear the five letters that essentially run the tech world: Facebook, Amazon, Apple, Netflix, and Google. The phrase encapsulating all of them was coined by the brilliant and powerful Jim Cramer in February of 2013. As of March 2019, the combined market cap of these five companies totals $3.1 trillion. That's more than the combined GDP of the entire continent of Africa and Australia combined. The power and influence these companies hold over the world economy and technology sector is rather hard to visualize. The data they possess on almost every individual in Western society is scary to think about. So instead, let's join in on the fun and put capitalism to work by investing in them, riding along and laughing all the way to the bank. Let's pretend for a second and say you, my dear viewer, were watching Jimmy Cramer that night on CNBC in February of 2013 and listened closely when he said, or rather screamed, "Put money to work in the companies that represent the future." Yelling out and screaming "FAANG, FAANG, FAANG" over and over again. You saw what others couldn't. You looked beyond what seemed to be a coked up lunatic screaming at your TV. You saw Cramer and his Harvard degree for what it is: a brilliant investor who seeks to help common folk like you by giving tips on how to get back at America's corporate evil with a simple solution: by joining them, by buying portions of their companies, laughing all the way to the bank. You took your $10,000 in savings and created a portfolio of just five stocks: Facebook, Amazon, Apple, Netflix, and Google, each representing 20% of your portfolio in total. Others suggested Vanguard, but you thought boring. ETFs were traditional and pointless, and 7% a year wasn't going to do it for you. You were ready to make an aggressive yet patient bet and hold out for 5 years no matter what happens. What would your portfolio look like today if this had happened? In today's video, we answer that question, going over a hypothetical that isn't too far away from reality. Today, we pretend you invested in FAANG January 31st, 2013 with $10,000, contributing $100 a month until today. Taking a step back to 2013. At the time, Facebook had just over 1 billion users, so it wasn't exactly unknown to the market. Apple had just released the iPhone 5. Google was the most visited site in the world with over 8 billion page views per day. Amazon had just over 209 million users. Netflix had nearly 50 million paid subscribers, and the following year, it essentially forced Blockbuster to close down every single corporate-owned store in the United States. FAANG wasn't exactly at its peak, but these companies were well established and were beginning to dominate their respective markets, blowing away their competition. Now getting back to our hypothetical. To examine what potential profits we could have earned, we're going to use a great tool that's available for free called Portfolio Visualizer. I left a link in the description so you can check it out for yourself, but it's essentially a website that allows you to run a backtest with specific stocks using all kinds of parameters to see what kind of money you would have made hypothetically. I've inputted our parameters and ran the test. With a simple $10,000 starting balance, investing in FAANG equally, and then on top of that, contributing $100 a month to our portfolio starting January 31st, 2013, our balance as of June 10th, 2019 would be $98,520. That's quite a rate of return. Now, in order to better demonstrate just how well these five stocks performed in that period, we're going to compare our FAANG portfolio to something more traditional. Let's say instead of the 10 grand going to FAANG, we poured all of it into the Vanguard 500 fund, a safe ETF that essentially allows you to buy 500 of America's biggest, safest companies under one name. Using the same $10,000 starting balance and $100 a month contributions, the Vanguard fund would be worth $32,400 today, nearly 3 times less than the FAANG portfolio. Now, both of these would have been much better than simply saving the 10 grand in a bank and contributing 100 a month. This simple plan would have netted you $14,200 in total, but either way, the FAANG portfolio would have most likely changed your life. It would have allowed you to buy a home or some rental property or helped you start that dream business. There is one important question that people often overlook in these scenarios. Would you have had the hands to hold on for 5 years even after you've seen your account triple or quadruple or even more? The answer is most likely no. Very few people would have the knowledge to understand the greatness of these stocks in 2013 and invest in them exclusively. And even if you did possess this knowledge, the question of how long you were willing to hold becomes even more important. In this 5-year time frame, would you continue holding after a 200 or 300% return? That's very unlikely, especially given the fact that during some time periods, you would have seen significant portions of your balance lose. Take, for example, Q4 of 2018, where your balance coming into September totaled $107,000. 4 months later, it ended at $81,000. To hold through that treacherous period after a significant drop like that would take some serious guts. It's easy for us to sit back and look at what if before examining other factors that would have influenced our decisions at the time being. Even if someone was right about FAANG, it's highly doubtful that he or she would have never sold throughout the ups and downs. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know in the comments how long you usually hold stock for and when you decide to take profits and sell. Please don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe if you enjoyed my videos.